Have you ever wondered what lies beyond the sky we see? What if someone had seen what's up there and was forbidden to tell? Enoch, an ordinary man, was taken to the 10 heavens, and what he saw changed everything. But the church didn't. Want you to know why? Stay until the end, because this hidden truth will shake your soul. Picture an ancient village where the sky was so vast it seemed to swallow the world. Enoch lived there, a simple man with wrinkles that told stories of an ordinary life. He wasn't a king nor a heralded prophet. He was just Enoch, a father who comforted his children with tales of the stars, a grandfather who pointed to the sky and said, "There's something greater up there." But that night, while the village slept under the cloak of darkness, something happened. A whisper cut through the silence. It wasn't the wind. It wasn't a dream. It was a voice, celestial, but cold as the touch of death. "Enoch, come, see what no man has seen." His feet left the ground. His heart raced, as if it knew something eternal was about to change. He was pulled, not to the heaven poets sing of, but to the 10 heavens, layers of existence that hold God's deepest secrets and the most dangerous ones. Enoch wasn't ready. He was just a man, and maybe you aren't either. The first heaven was a sea of clouds, where the air was so cold it cut like blades. Angels with white wings crossed the horizon, controlling winds and storms. Enoch felt the weight of their gazes. But then, he saw something that stopped him. In the far reaches of that heaven, there were chained figures, their wings broken, their screams echoing like an eternal lament. "Who are they?" Enoch asked, his voice trembling. The celestial voice replied, "They are the fallen. They defied the divine order and pay the eternal price." Enoch felt a void in his chest. If angels could fall, what was left for men? In the second heaven, Enoch saw souls trapped in glowing spheres, like captured stars. They wept, their voices echoing, in a lament that seemed to pierce his skin. "Why do they suffer?" he asked, tears in his eyes. The voice answered, "They are the righteous, awaiting judgment. But not all who believe are saved." That broke him. How could it be? The righteous, those who devoted their lives to God, still suffered. Enoch began to question everything he knew. The third heaven was a garden of fire. Trees burned without being consumed, their flames singing praises in tongues Enoch couldn't understand. In the fourth heaven, he saw the sun and moon dancing, guided by beings of light so bright his eyes burned. In the fifth, angelic warriors forged swords made of stars, their movements precise, as if preparing for a war Enoch couldn't comprehend. Each heaven was more intense, more overwhelming, as if the universe were testing the limits of his soul. In the sixth heaven, Enoch found something that changed everything. Books floated around an empty throne, each containing the records of every soul on earth, their sins, their pains, their destinies. He reached out to touch one, desperate to know his own fate. But the voice shouted, "That is forbidden." For the first time, Enoch felt true fear. Why couldn't a man know the truth about himself? What was so dangerous about those books? In the seventh heaven, he met the elders, hooded beings who judged destinies. They didn't speak, but their eyes seemed to pierce his soul, as if they knew every secret he carried. In the eighth heaven, time folded. Past and future merged in a chaos of visions, wars, births, deaths, all at once. Enoch fell to his knees, overwhelmed. He wanted to scream, but his voice wouldn't come. In the ninth heaven, he heard a choir of voices, so beautiful it made his heart ache. It was a sound that promised peace but demanded everything from you. He wanted to stay there forever, but the celestial voice pulled him away. And then, the 10th heaven, a veil of light, so thin it seemed made of air, yet so heavy it carried the weight of the universe. Behind it, Enoch felt to him the presence. It wasn't love, nor anger, but something greater, something indescribable. The voice whispered, "You have seen too much." Enoch fell to his knees, unable to bear the weight of that truth. When Enoch returned to earth, he was no longer the same. His eyes carried a void that frightened those who looked at him. He took a scroll and began to write, his hands trembling, as if each word pained him. "And I saw the heavens above the heavens, and the Holy of Holies, whose glory no man can comprehend." But each line seemed to burn his soul. He knew he was revealing something he shouldn't, something forbidden. The early church found his writings. They read Enoch's words and trembled. It wasn't just the description of the 10 heavens. It was what he said about the righteous who suffered, about the books of destiny, about the presence in the 10th heaven that didn't fit the stories they told in the temples. They burned the scrolls. They called it heresy. They said Enoch was mad, that his visions were lies. But Enoch, he didn't stop. Before he vanished because, yes, Enoch disappeared without a trace. He had a copy of his texts. Whispers say those scrolls were found centuries later, in forgotten desert caves, but never fully revealed. Why did the church fear those words so much? Did Enoch see something that could shatter the foundations of the faith we know? Or did he see something that would bring us too close to a truth we're not ready to face? Enoch wasn't just a man who saw the heavens. He was a messenger, someone who defied the silence imposed by the powerful. His writings, though fragmented, survived in the Book of Enoch, a text the church rejected, but one that still resonates. In our hearts, it makes us question, what else was hidden? Perhaps Enoch wanted us to know that heaven isn't just a place of peace. It's a place of mystery, of judgment, of secrets that challenge everything we've been taught. Enoch looked beyond the veil. He felt the presence that doesn't explain, but transforms. And now, the question is, would you have the courage to look at what he saw? Or would you, like the church, prefer to keep the veil intact? If this story moved you, if it made you feel something you can't explain, then this video was meant to reach you. Comment below, do you believe Enoch really saw the 10 heavens? Or do you think it's too dangerous for us to know? Subscribe to the channel, but only if you have the courage to seek the truths that were hidden. Until the next story.